My name is Cortney Robertson, and I am the founder of I Believe in Me Girls. I started I Believe in Me Girls 4 years ago because I just saw that there was a need to empower our young ladies. They were kind of falling by the wayside, especially in our city. We hear so much about violence and catering to the young men in our community that our young women are dying inside and nobody was paying attention. So I thought that it would be a great idea to create a space for our young women of color where they could shine bright. And it was a space that was just for them. Because as I looked out in the city for my daughter, I didn't see any organizations that would be able to uplift her and pour into her. So I thought that what better way to help empower her, but to create a space of her own. And that's what we did. One of the reasons that we started I Believe in Me was to give our young ladies an opportunity to experience different resources, be exposed to different things, and just allow them an opportunity to showcase what their sparks are. So a lot of times when we first started the mentoring program, I asked all of the girls, what is it that you want to do? I had them fill out a form that said, I believe I can because I believe in me. And a lot of our young ladies, they said that they wanted to be dancers or singers, which is great. And some of them are really talented in that area, but it sparked something in me to let me know that there were so many things that they still weren't aware of that were out there that they could actually participate in, or things that they may be great at. Just because they hadn't been exposed to them. So one of the things that we try to do in our program is to expose them to different opportunities. We work with a lot of female entrepreneurs in Baltimore that highlight what they do for a living in different ways that interest the girls or brings about an excitement or just an interest in something new. So one of our primary missions is to build confidence in areas that our young ladies lack. We try to make sure that they learn to love themselves and all that comes with them. Everything that they are or have been equipped with, we try to make sure that we pour into them a little bit more to show them that they matter and they're important, and the skills and the gifts that they've been given, we help them cultivate those things in a different light, in a different way. Our hope is to eventually help them to build careers and different skills, even entrepreneurship in those areas of interest. I think my greatest accomplishment during the time that IBIM has been around is getting those phone calls and those text messages from our young ladies that have graduated and gone on to pursue college careers, just letting me know that they appreciate everything that they learned and everything that they experienced during their time with IBIM. A lot of times once our young people get older, they go off on their own and they kind of just forget or leave behind some of the things that they've done as in their adolescent years. So just to know that they appreciated it, and to even still receive questions about decisions that they're trying to make and being included in those decisions is it's heartwarming. It lets you know that the work is necessary and that the work was actually appreciated. The girls are so amazing. When I say there are so many days that I have conversations with them or we have meetings and I leave empowered. So I go in with the intention to give them this information. I'm going to pour this into all of our girls and make sure that they're equipped with all the things that are going to empower them to be great and to live their life to their fullest capacity and in excellence. And a lot of times I walk out with them teaching me. So it's so heartwarming to know that even with all the challenges that we face in our personal lives and in the nonprofit world, just trying to do what it is that we do, at the end of the day, having them come up to you and hug you and just smile and say, "Hey, Miss Cortney." I never thought that I would enjoy being called Miss Cortney so much, but just hearing their voices and seeing their smiles to me is just it's priceless. And the reward is way more than I ever thought that it would be. When I started off with the program, I just wanted to encourage girls. I just wanted them to understand that they mattered and that their voices mattered. And in turn, they have given me so much to look forward to and so much to be grateful for. So it's been really heartwarming and empowering for me, as my goal is to empower them. Greatness and excellence is what I want the legacy of IBIM girls to be. I want, when people think about what it was that we did in the community, was that we left no girl feeling like they were unheard. I want people to think about us and say, you know what, if you're a young lady, if she's having trouble, if she's having self-esteem issues, if she's having any kind of identity issues, then IBIM girls will help her and encourage her. I want everyone to look back at the work that we've done and see that we wanted to create change, that we poured into our youth in a way that would build them up and give them a sense of self-worth that made them unstoppable. I want to be able to look back at all of our young people over the years and see that they're doing wonderful things in the community, and know that we had a little bit to do with that and helping to shape and mold them. So we just want to create a space where we are encouraging people to be good people. We want our young ladies to love their community, to love themselves, and to love others. And in doing that, do it in a respectful way, in a positive way, in a way that leaves people feeling good about the encounter that they had. One of the biggest challenges that I find with mentoring is actually funding. You have so many people that are willing to help. Our staff is completely volunteers, everyone from me down to our social media team, everyone volunteers their time. So everything that we are able to establish has been through donations and some corporate sponsorships. And that is actually the most challenging thing, to get people to understand the need. Well, it seems like people do understand that there's a need for it, but getting people to support it and understand what that support looks like. So just being able to articulate that to different organizations and just showing what it is that you do, how they can help, how their help impacts the youth, has been a challenge for me. It's so exciting to see how much our program, I Believe in Me Girls, has grown over the last few years. We have gone from simply having group mentoring to doing one-on-one mentoring to now having our own community garden where we are growing fresh vegetables at this time. We have a college readiness course, and we grant our graduating seniors with scholarships. It's just amazing to see how much we've grown over this time. And it's pretty amazing to see some of the organizations that have teamed up with us and have supported us over the last few years as we continue to grow. But I think what we are looking forward to in the future is creating a space for our program where we not only help the youth, but we're helping families. So I always feel like if we can assist one family at a time, we can change communities, which, can eventually change the world. And it is our mission to make sure that we're not just pouring into our girls, but that it's spilling over into their family. So all the resources that we're providing them with, we try to attach them to the family at large so that it doesn't just stop with the young lady that is currently enrolled in our program, but it also spills over into their family. So in the future, it's our goal to attach ourselves to different organizations that can continue to provide resources that can actually do that along with us. I think that it's important that a lot of our leadership supports what our community leaders are doing, especially our nonprofit organizations that are working with the youth, because so many times get we get to the point where we wonder why are these things happening, or why are we in such disparity, but we're not looking at the conditions of some of our young people and what they're dealing with on a daily basis. It shouldn't be an issue where our children are worried about missing a meal and about whether or not they're going to school and they're going to have heat. I look at a lot of the independent schools in our cities and what the young people are exposed to and the resources they have, and it's unfair for that to be criteria and boxes that our young people have to check and think about. They shouldn't have to think about whether or not they're going to have school books. And so much when you think about or hear about the violence in our city, is anyone asking why? Like, why are our young people in the street feeling like they have to do things that are causing people to be unsafe? Is it because they're trying to feed their families? Is it because, they are trying to get the things that they need? And you can look at the situation and say, well, you should know right from wrong. But a lot of people aren't on the same playing field. We want to provide a better situation for our youth. We want to give them resources and an opportunity to do better and to experience more. And I think that in doing that, a lot of the social injustice that, they're experiencing and they're seeing is discouraging to them. And it puts them in a space where they feel like they're hopeless. If they're looking at being mistreated by the police or our government and not being treated fairly, then it causes them to lose hope in a way that makes excellence a little bit harder. It makes building self-confidence a little bit harder. It makes even reaching for a goal just a little bit harder. So we're all out here just striving to implement hope back into our young people so that they do feel like they have a fighting chance.